What's up, everybody? Sidner here, and you're probably wondering, where's the sound? Well, that's the neat part. As a YouTuber, every once in a while, you goof, and I goofed. This video has absolutely no sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll with it. I will tell it as if it is an entire story. So pretty much, how this video starts is I walked up to this lady, and I was like, here's a needle. The screen goes black. You're wondering why? She said, hey, don't watch me while I stab myself. As if I haven't seen more grotesque, just vile things in this entire playthrough. She's just like, don't watch me stab myself. And I'm like, okay, whatever. After that, head around the church, hit this. Oh my goodness, it's a dragon. It's sleeping. Once again, there's no audio, so you can't really hear it. But like, I just hear this like growling, like rumbling, and then I'm just like, why is this dragon sleeping? And I see that you see this big dragon in the background. I'm thinking it's dead. Well, no, it wakes up. It screams. It wakes up the dragon. I'm terrified. I take off running. I'm just like, okay, I gotta get a look at this thing. Oh my god, it's huge. I'm screaming. I'm literally like, this is it. I'm dead. There's more dragons. Oh my goodness. So I just keep running. I'm running through these woods like, how many dragons are there? I gotta be out of the clear. Oh, nope, there's one to the left. Keep running. Oh my god, there's one in the distance. They're just everywhere. They're everywhere. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to die. Like, this is literal hell. Like, I thought Caleb was bad. I don't know where I'm at currently, but these dragons are a serious issue. I'm gonna walk up to this dragon and see if I hit it. How much damage do I do? Barely anything. All right, time to get out of here. Almost kills my horse in one hit. It is time to leave. After running away from the dragons, I end up finding this Evergall. Obviously, I have to hit it. Gotta do it for the vine. As I go forward, I am met with a battle mage who looks like he has a fossilized shit on a stick, and he smacks me with it. Well, that's pretty disrespectful, so I had to execute him. I end up fast traveling to the river well that I had reached in one of my previous videos because I was kind of lost. I didn't want to run back through those dragons. I ended up coming across these giant golems, and I swear I killed them. You can't see it in this clip, but they die. I promise you that much. I actually do manage to hit them. There goes the first one, and there goes the second one. So pretty much, there's this giant jar at the very end of this pathway, and when you talk to him, he doesn't say much. And then it's these 3 red summons pop up, and now you have to fight people. I don't know what you get because I die, but you fight people. So I'm like, all right, let me summon this first guy. You know what I mean? Let's see what this first guy's all about. Well, it turns out these are online builds, and just at random, he kills me. As you can see, everyone's running these like blood builds. So I was like, all right, let me try this again. New guy, also running dual katanas, blood. Let's see. Oh, can I beat him? No, I can't. I can't beat him. Everyone's using blood. So then at this point, I went to Google. I was like, what's up with this? And it's like, oh, go offline. You go offline, and then it's like these basic FromSoft AI enemies. It's the same 3 every single time. So then I end up summoning them, and I'm like, all right, let's do this right here. Right now. First one, easy peasy, light work. Take him down. Second one, this one literally he did not even hit me. I killed him without taking any damage whatsoever. So I'm thinking, all right, this is it. Last guy has the range of just look at that. Look at that range. What am I supposed to do against that? This man literally poked me and turned me into a fucking bagel or something. Stabbed a bunch of holes in me. Turned me into a cracker, a Ritz cracker. So I was like, all right, we're just gonna summon the weak one. The one that didn't even hit us. We're gonna just deal with him first, get him out of the way. Light work, he's done. So from this point, we're like, all right, let's summon the dude that whooped our ass. Get him really low, and boom, look at that range. 2 shots me. Disrespectfully, just keeps deciding to stab me. All right, so now we're just gonna start with him because this is ridiculous. There's no way he should be this difficult. You know what I mean? We're gonna start with him. Starting with him just means we're gonna die faster. That's all that means. Now keep in mind, this entire time I'm having to run past these golems literally every time. I try using the shield, nope, poke to death. So at this point, I'm out of options. I'm like, all right, I gotta do something different. I pull out the great sword. I'm thinking, oh, my friend uses the great sword. Well, my problem was I didn't upgrade the great sword, and I didn't think about that. So it does no damage whatsoever. And then boom, end up dying. Not used to swinging such a heavy, slow weapon. Then it keeps disrespecting me, stepping on my corpse and everything. So I finally end up beating him. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. So then let's summon this guy. The guy that we can bully. He never does anything to us. Well, this time he decides, I'm gonna parry you and then critical strike you. Now you're dead. After all this struggle of fighting the mage, which is so difficult, I get beat by the easiest guy due to a parry. So I had to go back and disrespect him real quick. Like, boom, taking him out. All right, I'm starting to get the hang of this now. You know what I mean? Starting to get the hang of this. 2 down, 1 to go. This has got to be the run. I'm greedy. 1 shots me. Absolutely, like, smashes me to the ground. So at this point, I give up. I'm going around. I come across Celia Crystal Tunnel, and I was like, you know what? This is pretty boring. We're just going to skip straight to the boss fight, which is it was actually pretty difficult for me. I'm not going to lie. If you look here, it's just some pissed off rock dog. This move, I did not even know. I did not know how to, like, escape this move, so he uses it, and it hits me every single time. I do decent amounts of damage to him, but he's just too much for me to handle. He's just all over the place and just these like relentless strikes, and he just covers such a wide area with his attacks. I'm actually kind of disappointed that there was no audio for this because I actually got pretty upset, especially at this part right here. So I was like, all right, screw this. I got my Knight Rider's flail. I got my brass shield. And you know what I did? I upgraded them. That Knight Rider's flail is like plus 15, and my shield is like plus 8 at this point. And I'm like, you're gonna die. Like, I'm winning this fight. And I keep jump attacking him, hoping to stagger him a second time. Spoiler alert, it doesn't really happen, but you know, I tried. I tried to break his poise. But I mean, it's literally a pissed off rock dog, bull centipede thing. So just jump smack him until he dies. This fight actually took me, I'd say probably like 30 minutes. So I come back to the church. And then boom, she's healed. She's really pale, honestly. Like I wasn't expecting her to be this pale. And she pretty much tells me, "Oh, I am healed. I appreciate it. Thank you. Here's this little thing. I can't remember what it does." Well, during my travels, I end up finding a tree, and if you cross it, I seen a little cave at the end of it, and I was like, "Let's go explore this." Well, unknowingly to me, this was kind of a bad idea. It was worth it in the end, but a bad idea nonetheless, because I did not know what I was getting myself into when I walked into this cave. Literally everything is scarlet rot. The whole cave is filled with scarlet rot. I'm struggling. I'm over here looking for somewhere to like stand where it's not going up, and I struggle. I ended up dying like a couple times before I actually end up figuring it out. It doesn't help that these like geysers are just constantly like blowing up in the way. Needless to say, I figured out how to do it. You just jump down and sprint to this area as fast as you can so it doesn't fill up all the way. And then after this part, then you move on to the second part. Well, during the second part of the cave, it's just a lot more geysers. It's still just the whole cave is covered in scarlet rot. And I end up dying here once before finally making it past this area as well and making it to the third part of the cave. Well, the third part of the cave, there's this big ass flower in the middle, and I got greedy and decided to kill it. Well, during my greed and killing it, I ended up contracting scarlet rot. I probably could have done this a lot smarter and not getting it, but I was like, bro, I gotta make it to the boss wall quick because I'm slowly dying. I summoned my ashes because I'm like, bro, we gotta put an end to this before I die. You know, I'm just relentlessly striking him. I'm like, bro, we got to get this over with. Boom. A second one shows up. I'm like, all right, we got to make quick work of the first guy. Let's get him. So we end up jumping him. Boom. He gets dealt with pretty quickly. So then it's up to us taking out the second one. My spirit ash is at half HP. I'm still dying from scarlet rot. You know, he's down. You know, I'm just gonna hit him with this until he goes. Like, you know, I'm sitting here dying from scarlet rot. I'm like, well, we gotta make this a one-time thing. You know, we are not coming back through here. And so we do. We make light work of them, 2v2, you know what I mean? He survives, I survive. We get a golden scarab for a reward. From here, I came to the realization that those flames that I had lit in my last video at the very end had unlocked this door to this boss fight, which I didn't realize. So I'd come over here, and then boom, go figure, it's a 2v1, it's Caled. What did I expect? They're not really that strong. They got me at first, though, because their weapons actually extend. And that caught me off guard. But after that, pretty much, you know, it was free game. Boom, take out the first one just like that. Now what I do is take out the second one, dodge his little whip sword attack, get hit by it a little bit, and then we just need to finish him off. Easy enough. So now I go back to Celavis Rise because that's where the doggy man told me to go. So as I'm talking to him, he pretty much tells me everything I'm asking for. And that who I need to talk to is actually Sorceress Selen over in Limgrave. But of course, he's got his little snarky attitude and shit the entire time that's going on as well. So then he's like, here's this introduction letter, go talk to her and see what she knows. All right, well then we get here, and I'm like, all right, here's this little introduction letter, tell me what you know. Well, then she's going to hit me with the whole fact that Mr. Radon is holding back the stars, and Ronnie cannot meet her true destiny until you kill him to make the stars continue their cycle, pretty much. So then with all of this now known knowledge to me, I have to go tell Mr. Doggy Man. So then I go tell Mr. Doggy Man that we have to kill Radon, and then he's like, all right, so we'll just sign up for the festival, I'll meet you there, blah, blah, blah. So now I fast travel to Redmane Castle where the Radon Festival is being held, and then he's telling me I took my sweet ass time even though I literally teleported here. Well, then he's saying, you know, let's go have a good fight. Let's go fight together on the battlefield, blah, blah, blah. Witch Hunter Jaren, I think is his name, starts telling us, oh, the Radon Festival is about to begin. The mightiest demigod of all time. He's going to kill you, prepare for battle. You know, pretty much making this festival about grabbing a great rune, even though we could care less about the great rune he's going to drop. Then we talk to our boy Alexander, and he's like, oh, happy to see you here. I knew I'd find you here. I can't wait to go onto the battlefield just like you. So then I go talk to Mr. Jared himself, and he says the festival begins. Are you ready? And of course, I said I'm ready as I'll ever be. And then it plays a cutscene which has absolutely no sound, which makes me sad. Pretty much in this cutscene, it shows us Radon. He's over here floating away, dragging down a couple of Scarlet Rot Knights. Horse over here struggling. He drops the knights, and then, like the ravage animal he is, he just starts going to town, munching on them. And like a rabid animal, just starts screaming at the sky. So then we hit the lift, ready to go face what seems to be a psychopath demigod who's extremely powerful and is going to be a bitch to take down.